In this question, we are asked to find the area of an isosceles triangle. We've got the base of this isosceles triangle as 9 centimetres and the equal length sides are 18 and 18. Need to draw your attention at this point to the formula for the area of a triangle. We have the formula as half base times height, which is sometimes used as base times height divided by 2. We must use the perpendicular height to be able to calculate the area of a triangle. In this triangle here, we have not got a perpendicular height. The perpendicular height forms a right angle with the base. That means, to do this question, you need to identify this height there. In doing so, you create 2 right-angled triangles. It is at this point that you will be able to work out the perpendicular height here. This will in turn help you work out the area of the triangle. That means 18 is now the hypotenuse of this triangle, and instead of the base being 9, it is half that size, which is 4.5. Because we know the value of this hypotenuse, we are looking to calculate the length of a shorter side. That means we need to square both of the sides and subtract them to be able to find out what the perpendicular height is. That means in this case we are taking 18 squared and subtracting 4.5 squared away from it. That gives us the square root of 303.75, leading on to the perpendicular height being 7.43 centimetres, and that's correct to 2 decimal places. Because we now know this is 17.43, we can now use the area of the triangle as half base times height because we know this perpendicular height. For this, we are taking the base value as 9, as this is the total base value of this triangle, and multiplying that by the height of 17.43 and dividing our answer by 2. That gives us an area of 78.44 centimetres squared. Press pause while you try this question. We've been tasked with finding the area of an isosceles triangle here. Our base is 3 centimetres, our diagonal is 12 centimetres. We do not know the perpendicular height. That means we need to find out this perpendicular height before we can calculate the area of the triangle. I'm going to draw this by the side to make things easier. We can now see that our hypotenuse is 12, our base is 1.5. Because we know the length of our hypotenuse, we are trying to find the length of a shorter side, which is our perpendicular height. To do this, we need to square both our sides and subtract them from each other. That means, in terms of Pythagoras, I have got 12 squared and I am subtracting 1.5 squared. That gives us the square root of 141.75, leading us to a perpendicular height of 11.91 centimetres to 2 decimal places. We now know the perpendicular height is 11.91, and we can use our formula for the base to work out the area of the triangle. That means we are taking the base value of 3, multiplying it by the perpendicular height of 1.91 and dividing it by 2, giving us a total area of 17.87 centimetres squared.